Scary Story That's True by Stacey Wetherwax. In October of last year, I had just finished reading a scary book on my iPad to the kids at Candyland. The book wasn't too scary because Candyland is a daycare after all, and 4-year-olds can get scared kind of easily. Little did I know that I'd be the one to be most scared by the end of that day. When my friend, good old Cindy Snell, and I were leaving the cozy little daycare in Sanborn, we saw this medium-sized dog pushing a tattered wooden box around in the parking lot. With its head down, the tan-colored, short-haired mutt used its snout to push the box right in my direction. As if not even seeing me, the dog pushed the box to my feet. It collided there with a thud. "Hey!" I exclaimed. I looked to Snell in disbelief. The dog looked me in the eye. It barked once. Then it turned and just ran away. Across the street from Candyland went the dog, through the Tim Hortons' parking lot, then on through the open field, into which we watched that creature disappear. Snell and I looked down at the box. Seeing no one else around the parking lot, I wanted to open it. Cindy picked it up. She couldn't get the lid off. "We can open it at home. We'll need some tools to get this thing open, Stacey." Carved into the surface, I could make out the words, "Do not open." I couldn't wait to find out what it was in that box, because seeing those words, I really needed to know what was inside of it. As Snell drove the van along Millersport Road, I found myself thinking about the box and that strange dog that delivered it to me. Darkness sat outside. Snell turned on the headlights. I was looking out the side window when Cindy screamed and stopped the van dead in its tracks. Everything in the van that wasn't fastened down flew forward from the force. Then, looking out through the windshield, I saw what she saw. A man stood still and firm in our path. With his left profile to us, at first, he turned his head slowly to look in our direction. I saw that his head was covered with a hood, and covering his real face, assuming there was one, was a mask of a plain human face. Snell rolled down the window. "Oh my God, are you okay?
No!
You came out of nowhere!" The masked man made no response, but merely turned his body in line with his gaze upon us. Then, he took a few steps to the passenger side door and tried to open it. Cindy was too fast for him. She pressed the auto-lock button before he could activate the handle. He gave 3 tugs on my door before just giving up. Then, without even breaking the glass of that closed window, he reached through its surface and touched my face. It felt different from that of a real human hand, emitting warmth and moisture. The touch was kind of yucca, like his hand was made of an old, cold ham sandwich. I couldn't move from the fear I felt. And snapping out from her own trance, Cindy finally swatted at the man's arm coming through the window. But the arm just disappeared like smoke from a candle, and then the masked man disappeared with it. We sat there a moment, just breathing, feeling our hearts pounding. No cars behind us, none coming toward us. Cindy and I looked at each other. "What was that?" I had to ask. "I don't know," said Cindy. "But I don't think it was real. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't want to believe in ghosts." I had to calm Cindy down. I told her to give Alex a call, because he knows about all mysterious things. When we called, Alex only replied, "Hey, what's up?" "What? You probably just saw some college kids pulling a Halloween prank," he said. But this guy's arm came right through the glass like it wasn't even there, and he touched Stacey right on the cheeks. "Whatever it was," said Alex, "I don't think it can bother you anymore. Just get home safe and I'll meet you there." Arriving back at the group home in Sanborn, we found Alex in the driveway waiting for us. We showed him the wooden box and he said, "We have to open this. How weird that you get this box and then some spirit guy steps in front of the van and feels up your face." The three of us went inside to the kitchen and put the box on the table. Without the noise of the van's engine, we could hear something inside of it. It was a clicking, like an old clock. Cindy wedged a screwdriver into the box's lid. But just as she did, I yelled, "No, don't! Don't!"
No.
A flaming bang came out of the box. No one was hurt. Smoke filled the group home kitchen. We moved in closer as the smoke cleared. Before we saw anything, we heard this strange, crackling, digital voice speaking. It said, "Gun reads, gun reads." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But then, we saw that the robotic voice came from a speak and spell. A talking toy from the 1970s had been in the mysterious wooden box. I used to have a speak and spell when I was little. "Gun reads, gun," said the toy's voice again. I knew then that we had to call Kendra over to the house. I went to my iPad and sent her a message through Facebook. We were dealing with a ghost, but the spirit was communicating through technology. As the smoke cleared again, we saw the speak and spell resting on the table with box fragments around it. The toy continued to repeat, "Gun reads, gun." We got closer to it. Then it said, "Help me, help me, help me." I felt a tingling chill inside me. Kendra arrived. Without much fear at all, she said rather matter-of-factly, "I don't know, just type your question into the speak and spell. Here, let me," she said as she moved closer to the device. The rest of us just backed away. She typed in, "What do you want?" The toy made no response at first. Then it blinked and said, "I am a man. I need help." "This toy thinks it's a man," said Alex, making fun of it. "I've seen this before with my Etch-a-Sketch." As I grabbed Alex's saucy ear, Snell waved a finger in his face. "You behave, Alex, or we'll call your mom and have her come take you home again." I had a suspicion that the masked man we saw on the road was the spirit of the man who was talking to us through this strange speak and spell. I went to the device and typed in, "What is your name?" Another silent moment passed, and the device said, "He." Several people said, "Keith?" The device repeated, "No, Heath. Heath." Next we asked, "What do you want?" typing in the letters. Again, a delay, and it droned out, "Find my body, lay me to rest." I wondered what this all had to do with the burger and fries restaurant called Reed's. And a gun? "He must have been shot and killed," I said. Kendra chimed in, "I'll do a little research." Kendra put on her spectacles and searched skillfully through the internet. Oh, hell. The Wi-Fi's down. Kendra couldn't get it fixed. We decided to just take the speak and spell, the device that was the channel between the deceased masked man named Heath and us, to Reed's restaurant with us. We arrived at Reed's about 1:30 a.m., and they had just closed up for the night. We placed the speak and spell on a picnic table under the old willow trees. The wind blew creepily in the trees. Strange clouds passed whimsically over the full moon. The speak and spell began to speak again. It said, "Hello, I know where you are. Gun reads, Heath no more." "I think I know what it might be saying," said Kendra. After tapping into the Reed's Wi-Fi, I found out that 25 years ago on this Halloween night, a man named Heath Bartell was to break a record for eating the most Reed's cheeseburgers while wearing a mask. His ex-wife reported that he went to the Lockport Presbyterian Church before the competition to say a little prayer, and no one ever saw Heath again. Is that it, Heath? Did you die at the church? Asked Snell aloud, and also through the Speak and Spell's keyboard. Blue letters appeared on the tiny screen.
Yes, killed, gun, church.
We left Reed's and went to the church and set up the Speak and Spell in the church's backyard. I knew this church very well. Mom had me baptized there. I shuddered to think that the body might be somewhere on the church grounds. Something made a sound in the bushes. It was a whooshing, like someone blowing smoke. Then, a squishing sound, like a mop in a wringer. And then a bark. The figure emerged from the dark shadows, and there stood good old Denise Spencer with her dog, Cheyenne. They were enjoying a cigarette together. Hi, Dee.
Hi, Dee.
I yelled, half surprised, half relieved it wasn't another ghost. What are you doing here? What does it look like I'm doing here? Replied Denise, taking a drag from her cigarette, then giving a puff. I'm on a break. I clean the church at night. What the hell are you doing?
I don't.
What does it look like we're doing? I replied. We are using this haunted Speak and Spell to help find the body of a man murdered 25 years ago while saying his prayers before a hamburger eating competition at Reed's. Isn't it obvious? Kendra asked the haunted talker. Are we close to the body, Mr. Heath? The Speak and Spell buzzed to life again.
7251 Lincoln Extension.
Wait a minute, this couldn't be happening, I thought to myself.
No.
Cindy, did you see that? That's my old address. The house where I grew up.
Oh.
This can't be happening, said Snell.
No,
this can't be. Someone must have shot
Heath
Heath while he was saying his prayers here. But why would the murderer bury the body at your old address? I knew I wasn't the murderer. I didn't remember killing Heath. But I was feeling more creeped out and knowing that I might have been growing up at home with a dead body out in the backyard. A new idea popped into my head then. I said, Kendra, hi. Now, can you find out who won the Reed's hamburger eating competition 25 years ago on Halloween? Easy, she replied. As the information appeared on her iPad screen, Kendra's eyes grew wide in the light. Oh my God. The winner of the competition that year was Hal Garner, former Buffalo Bills linebacker for the years 1995 to 1988 and 1990 to 1991. I recalled Hal Garner coming to our home on Lincoln Extension. Seeing the former Buffalo Bill at her place of work, my mother had invited him for dinner. I also remembered Hal going out back for a cigarette break and taking with him a rather large bag from the back of his pickup truck. It was so obvious. Hal Garner, he'd used our property as a dumping ground for the body of Heath Bartell, the man who might have won the hamburger eating competition that year. Garner had killed to become Reed's champion that year. Yes, I said. Let's go to Lincoln Extension. We've got a body to exhume and a former Buffalo Bill to prosecute. We told the new owners of my old house on Lincoln Extension the whole story, and they quickly led us all on the property to investigate. The Speak and Spell guided us to the spot directly outside and beneath my old bedroom window. Dig right here. Here, I said to Dave and Joe. The two men worked for scarcely 5 minutes before they finally hit something. It was only about 2 feet down. I saw it there in the ground, a plastic mask. I was grateful to see, for behind that mask was probably the rotted skeletal remains of the poor murdered man. That's him, I said. That's him, the guy I saw, on the road. We had a moment of silence. The Speak and Spell played a mournful tune before shutting off completely. I had Scott call the police. They informed him that Hal Garner would indeed be arrested for the murder of Heath Bartell. A moment after the call was made, we saw the most unbelievable thing I'd seen all day. And so many strange things had happened already. From out of the moist, freshly turned earth, there formed a fine white mist. It hovered. It rose steadily upward until it made the form of a smiling man. Yes, a man's form appeared in the smoke and mist. In one hand he held a pop, and in the other he held a hamburger. Taking a satisfied bite of the burger, he rose up higher and higher. The sound of a sucking straw sounded in his skyward path until he dispersed into nothingness about 20 feet above our heads. We felt it. The spirit of the man was finally at peace. Mystery solved, said Cindy Snell. Wait a minute, said Ken. That doesn't explain why a dog pushed a box with the speak and smell to your feet in the Candyland parking lot. I thought a moment about why that dog brought her the box. Maybe it was because I used a talker, and the dog believed I might just like to have it. Maybe the dog noticed me most of all because I was the only person in the parking lot who was in a power chair. Maybe it was a little of both. Just then, the speak and spell beeped to life again. Oh God, what now? I thought we got rid of Heath's ghost. First, slowly, there appeared an
M.
on the screen.
And then an O.
And then finally another M.
Mom. Mom.
Said the device.
Mom.
It said again exactly the same way. The dog was sent by Mom. My mom, who was on the other side, the place where spirits go. Though Mom didn't exactly have a way with dogs while she was on the earthly plane, I assumed that Mom had finally made good friends with all the dogs in heaven. And she sent the one that came to me in the Candyland parking lot with the box containing the haunted speak and spell. Heath and Mom and that dog and probably Dad and Butch were all together in heaven now, having themselves a fish fry and gambling. That explains that, said Snell again. Even though it was after 2 in the morning when Heath's ghost went to heaven, I still wanted to go back to Reed's for a hamburger and fries. As luck would have it, the new owners of the house on Lincoln were also the present owners of Reed's restaurant. The Reeds were so happy that we'd unearthed a rotting corpse in their backyard that Papa Reed said, "Come on, I'll open up the restaurant for you. Throw some burgers on the grill, huh?" Mr. Reed leaned in close to me and said, "Would you like to see how many you can eat, little lady, huh?" I replied, "Only if Hal Garner is behind bars." We all laughed together. We went back into town to have a late-night dinner at Reed's and to pay honor to the best burger eater turned ghost in town, Mr. Heath Bartell, the rightful champion of the Reed's burger eating competition.